Ready to start?
Good, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Howard said he'll be on shortly. So
I know, has he been able to get in yet? No?
yes, I should, so get your information, history from, SG.
Can't hear you.
He said you can get the history from the SG.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Ms. Champion, do you hear me?
Miss Grace, it sounds like you're in a hall. Who else did you ask if they could hear you? Courtroom 2, can you all hear Miss Grace?
She said get the history from the state, from us, from the
Okay.
ASG.
I think he's having trouble getting in. I did too. I had to reboot.
Thank you, Ms. Thornton.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Thornton. Where is everyone? I had my view on. There we go. And from the state, we have Mr. or ASG. Is it Rosenberg?
Rosenberg for the state, yes, Judge.
Okay. Nice to meet you. I don't think I've had you before.
I don't think, no, I certainly haven't been on here before, but
Oh, okay. Welcome aboard.
thank you.
All right. And then Mr. Geddes, you with
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
PDs or conflict?
With the Public Defender's Office.
Okay. Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you.
And then I know Mr. Dotis.
Good to see you, Judge.
You too. All right. We'll get started. I don't know if you all were having trouble with Outlook or not today. We'll see. I haven't seen a message about any issues, but who knows? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin our Fulton County State Court Expedited Accusations calendar. And this is a calendar for cases in which individuals have recently been arrested and charged with certain misdemeanor offenses. Soon after their arrest, the Fulton County Solicitor General's office has already accused these cases of the offenses brought against them, and the cases have been bound over to the Fulton County State Court. Nevertheless, this will usually be the defendant's initial appearance before a state court judge, so we are able to handle several matters, including bond, a possible arraignment, and a possible plea offer if one has been offered or made by the state at this juncture. I will be providing you with the reset date. What is that reset date, Ms. Grace? For SAP?
February the 19th.
All right, February the 19th is that reset date for SAP. I want to also begin by reminding everyone that this whole entire proceeding is being recorded as well as live streamed on YouTube, so govern yourselves accordingly. I want to remind the defendants on this calendar that you have certain constitutional rights. The first being that you have a right to counsel, so you should know who your attorneys are and have spoken to him or her by this time and follow their lead with the representation. You also have a right to remain silent. Remember that anything that you state about the facts, the circumstances, or the occurrences of your case can and will be held against you. So again, govern yourselves accordingly and follow the lead of your attorney. All right. Who do we have first, deputies?
Position number 2, Mr. Bonsu.
Okay, Mr. Bonsu, 26 CR 000775D. He is charged with 1 count of simple assault, family violence, and criminal trespass. And I see Mr. Dotis while we're doing that. He needs a breakout, and I think they've already put him in. Maybe. Oh, so he's already been spoken to. Thank you. Anyone else that has not been interviewed yet?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I have another client on the calendar that I have not been able to speak with yet. Her name
Okay.
is Tanya Sykes Brown. So I don't know if she bonded out or something.
No,
Yep.
Mr. Cloud, we're going to get her right now. So as soon as you finish with him, we'll put one of the other guys, the other attorneys on, and then that'll give you a chance to speak with the young lady.
Okay, great. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Thank you. All right, now who's representing Mr. Bonsu?
And
Oh, that's with you, Miss McLeod.
there's Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Okay, he's yours too. Okay.
That is
All right.
correct.
All right. Go ahead. State pretrial hasn't been able to get on yet.
I'm
Can
here.
you? Oh, you're here. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead
let's
with the
go.
history.
Who we on?
First case is Bonsu Daniel, second
4.
position. Okay.
He got an open DUI, disorderly conduct, urinating in public out of the city. Got an open simple assault DV, simple battery trespass. It's 25 CR 006-281D, 2026 failure to appear. That state court case is pretrial, so that's a bond surrender. That's all.
Okay. All right. All right, go ahead. ASG Rosenberg.
Thank you, Judge.
Mhm.
On December 4th, 2025, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, officers responded to a 911 call at 2479 Abner Terrace in Atlanta regarding a domestic disturbance. The victim, LaShundra Pope, reported that her ex-boyfriend, Daniel Bonsu, arrived at her apartment, attempted to enter using an old key. When she would not let him in, he kicked the door open and entered the residence without consent. Advanced toward her, appeared to be intoxicated at the time. During that encounter, he made a unwanted physical contact with Ms. Pope and caused her to be fearful for her safety. She managed to push him away, went to a neighbor's house and called 911. He left the scene before officers arrived. Pope later identified him from a driver's license photo, and the officers could see the damage to her front door that he had kicked in. They had a prior dating relationship and some history of incidents prior to this. The state's recommendation on a bond is going to be a $3,000 total bond. That's going to be $1,500 on each charge.
All right. Attorney McLeod.
Yes, Your Honor. My client does not have any significant criminal history, Your Honor. And I believe at this time he is not working regularly. So I would ask the court to take that into consideration in setting his bond. I was unaware that he had a failure to appear because I believe I was there at his last court appearance, I don't believe it was a trial calendar at all. I thought it was an arraignment, and I'm sure there was a filed waiver for him. And I have actually been in contact with him. When the state said that he had a failure to appear, this is the first time I'm hearing about that because I do represent him in that other case. But if the court is, well, if he has a FDA, I understand that he does not qualify for a signature bond. So I'm asking the court for as low a bond as possible for him, because I don't think he's in a position to pay that $3,000 bond that the state is asking for.
Okay. I'm sorry, Ms. McLeod. Okay. I will I'm going to enter the surety bond, $3,000. I'm going to change the amounts. I'm going to put 2,000 on the simple assault and 1,000 on the criminal trespass. So that'll be a total of 3,000 surety. I'm going to order a stay away from that Abner Terrace location. No further contact with the victim no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
Thank you.
And that should be it. All right, thank you.
Next, we have position number one, Mr. Alexander.
Okay. This is 26 CR 0000774. Reginald Alexander charged with 1 count of DUI less safe, impeding traffic flow, failure to obey signs, and willful obstruction.
I got first arrest. Jail is a recommendation. That's all.
Okay. All right, State.
Yes, Judge, thank you. This event occurred on February 6th, 2026. At around 4 o'clock in the morning, Officer Durnell responded to a welfare check at the intersection of State Bridge Road and Medlock Bridge Road in Johns Creek. There was a Toyota sedan that was stopped in the left-hand turn lane, sort of past the stop bar, and was not moving. The driver, Mr. Alexander, was found asleep behind the wheel, and upon contact with police officers, they detected a strong odor of alcohol, observed that Mr. Alexander had watery, bloodshot eyes and was unsteady on his feet. He showed multiple signs of impairment on the various DUI tests, like one leg stand, walk and turn, and HGN. They gave him a preliminary breath test, which indicated the presence of alcohol. And after being advised of his implied consent, he refused the state-administered test. The state's, I don't know if you want to hear the criminal history first, but did you?
No, I think you said it was first.
It was first, yeah.
Okay.
The recommendation on this is going to be a $5,000 total bond. It would be $2,500 on the DUI less safe, $500 on the impeding the flow of traffic. The failure to obey a sign, stop sign would be $500, and the willful obstruction, $1,500.
Huh? PD Otis.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Alexander is 39 years old. I do have good contact information for him. Your Honor, I will note that his address, I believe we need to add an apartment number to his address in Odyssey, but I will, but it is a good address in New Jersey. Your Honor, he was in the Atlanta area visiting family, including his grandma, and his sister does live in the area. Excuse me, he was in town visiting an aunt. Your Honor, he has a steady employment with the post office where he's a mail handler. He that job is waiting for him, but if he's not back by Tuesday, he is in danger of losing that job. Your Honor, he was visiting as he does have an aunt who's unfortunately struggling with the end stages of cancer. And so, following his last night shift at the post office, he took the first flight available to the Atlanta area. And in speaking with him, he does refute all the allegations and tells me that this was an issue with exhaustion related to being up for so long. So, Your Honor, based on the lack of any history, we would be asking, I think it was a UJR recommendation by pretrial. I'd ask for that or a signature bond to ensure that Mr. Alexander can get back to work and is able to stay employed and do what he needs to do to make sure he has the funds to deal with this case in Fulton.
So now he works at the post office in New Jersey?
Yes, yes, Judge.
Okay, okay. And he's a New Jersey resident?
Yes, Judge. Again, just visiting a sick relative last minute. But he does have family in the area, including his sister who lives in the area.
Mm-hmm. All right. I will order the $5,000 signature bond through the jail. And so that'll be $2,500 on the DUI, $500 impeding traffic, $500 failure to obey signs, and $1,500 on the obstruction. So that's a total of $5,000. I'm going to order that he not have any drugs, alcohol, guns, or weapons while on bond. No alcohol. I would order him to go to some AA courses, but I don't know if he has an alcohol problem or not yet. And only driving if he has the proper credentials. Don't have anything else that I would add to, to the bond conditions at this time. All right, 5,000 SOB jail.
Thank you, Judge. And Miss Grace, can I direct message you his updated address to make sure the apartment is correct in Odyssey? Or Miss Champion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Next, we have position number 17, Ms. Sykes.
Okay. This is 26 CR 0000788C. Tanya Sykes Brown, charged with 1 count of simple battery family violence. Pretrial.
11 total. 2017 possession of cocaine. 2015 violation of family violence order was dismissed. Level 1. That's all.
Okay. State.
Judge, thank you. On February 4th, 2026, around 11:30-ish, Tanya Sykes Brown allegedly struck her son, Del Mario Smith, in the head with an ashtray during a domestic dispute at 177 McClelland Ave in East Point. The incident reportedly began as a verbal argument regarding Smith, her son's drug use inside the home. Upon arrivals, officer observed a small laceration on Smith's forehead. Witness statements confirmed that Sykes threw the ashtray, but basically it's alleged that he had started choking her first and that she struck him with the ashtray to defend herself. Both parties were placed under arrest and taken to Grady for medical clearance. Therefore, she was charged with simple battery family violence because she lived with her son at the time. The recommendation is a $1,500 bond on the 1 count of simple battery family violence, and no further violent contact with I've lost his name. I apologize, Judge.
That's okay.
Del Mario Smith.
Del Mario Smith. And I'm assuming, I guess we'll see in a second. This is Ms. McLeod's case.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm asking for a signature bond for my client. She is disabled, and we would also like for him to stay away from her residence. My client, this is self-defense, Your Honor, and my client was the one who called the police. And sadly, even though she was the victim, they elected to arrest her. She was simply defending herself because, her son was attacking her, and she was not able to do anything else. So this was, she did that. I plan to file an immunity motion on her behalf, Your Honor, because I do believe that this is a case where she was defending herself. So I would seek a signature bond, and she wishes her son to stay away from the location. She's okay with a one-time police officer escort for him to get his belongings. But other than that, she wants him to stay away. She's okay with contact. She just doesn't want him living there.
Well, I don't usually, it depends. I know it was a dual arrest, and he's not on the calendar today, right? No. And I guess he's not on the line. I don't have, would normally don't order the victims to stay away.
She's a victim, Your Honor. He was arrested.
I know, but in this case, he's the victim. In his case, I guess she would be the victim since it's dual arrest.
I understand, Your Honor, but this is her home, and she's disabled. She's unemployed. He is her son and an adult son. So we can't displace mom, when she was the one who called the police for help.
Right. Well, I can't, I don't know if I would say at this point that he needs to stay away. But I certainly, you know, would order no contact with him. Has his case come up at all? Does anyone know?
He got 2 more different charges on his thing.
Yeah, Your
Okay.
Honor, I don't believe on this calendar. It's a conflict. I do
Mhm.
anticipate our office handling his case, but we have represented his 2 recent cases that are still open.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I will give her a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial at a level 1. I'm going to order that she have no further contact with Del Mario Smith. I just don't know how we're going to do that.
And plus, I got custody of his daughter.
Since the McClellan Avenue is her address,
It's her home, Your Honor.
it's
The
her
whole
home.
issue was that my client just didn't want him in her house using drugs.
Right.
See, I'm a recovering addict. From 16 years, I've been clean.
Great.
And when
And
you
we
got
want,
put out, I told you, don't do nothing in my house.
Okay, no.
well,
It's
we
done.
want
It's okay.
you to stay on a good path.
Okay.
That's for sure. I guess I can do this. She's to have no further contact with Demario Smith. And Miss Grace, I guess we'll put in the order that he should not be able to reside there. And I guess once she gets out, since she's on a signature bond through pretrial, she can, she'll have a copy of that order. That if he comes back to call the police. We're going to order Demario Smith not to reside in that location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
So it's a no further contact or no further violent contact?
No further contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we can add in the notes there that he shall not reside there with the defendant, and he can have a one-time police escort to return to the property to get his personal belongings.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, Your Honor.
All right.
And that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Have a good weekend.
You too, Your Honor.
All right.
Sorry, Your Honor, what was the money amount on that?
I'm sorry.
What was the amount?
1,500.
Oh, 1,500 SOB pretrial level 1.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
You're welcome.
CPC, are you ready?
Yes, we have position 14, Miss Roy.
All right. This is 26 CR 0000786E. Kelsey Roy, charged with 7 charges. We have a DUI less safe, driving on the wrong side of the road, driving, fleeing, or attempting to elude, hit and run, reckless driving, failure to obey signs or control devices, and willful obstruction. Pretrial.
2013 DUI conviction. Level 1.
All
That's
right.
Judge, on February 4th, 2026, at Cleveland Ave and Metropolitan Parkway in Fulton County, Kelsey Roy drove under the influence, committing multiple traffic violations, including running a red light, driving on the wrong side of the road, and striking another vehicle that was occupied by 3 people before leaving the scene. She was subsequently stopped and arrested at 724 Oak Drive in Hapeville. Basically, the officers, saw her driving, and she would not stop for them, and managed to drive quite a ways before they were able to pull her over. Upon making contact with her, She exhibited signs of impairment, an unsteady gait, bloodshot eyes, the odor of alcohol. She refused all field sobriety tests and chemical testing. It did make an incriminating statement at the time. And she also refused the court-authorized blood draw, and meaning that officers, she had refused the blood test. In this case, officers got a warrant, and she basically fought with the nurses and the officers and would not allow them to draw blood under any circumstances, even with the warrant. Based upon that, she was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, fleeing, attempting to elude, driving on the wrong side of the road, the hit and run, reckless driving, failure to obey traffic control device, and obstruction. The recommendation is going to be a $7,000 bond. That's going to be $1,000 per charge.
All right.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Roy is 48 years old. She has lived in Georgia since 2007. She, since 2009, has been working as a web developer for an organization called Sweet Fox. She has also expressed to me that she went to college in Grady here in Georgia, or sorry, at Emory here in Atlanta. She is also currently a student with a college called WGU. She's looking to change her career up, work a bit more with AI related work. While she is gainfully employed, she's expressed to me that her finances are tight right now, primarily because both her and her father are dealing with a number of medical issues. It sounds like she is the primary caretaker for her father right now. We would ask the court to impute the lowest possible bond given the circumstances, just keeping in mind that, as I mentioned, she has numerous financial difficulties right now.
All right. I'm going to order the $7,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1, $1,000 on each of the charges. I'm going to order her to attend at least 3 or more AA courses a week, or AA sessions. Alcohol Anonymous. No driving unless she has the proper credentials. And I don't see, but her license may be suspended or should be anyway. Also, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I guess that'll be it for now. 7,000 SOB pretrial, level 1.
That's the signature on each chart.
Yes. Total.
Next, we have position number 3, Mr. Clark.
That's all you have at ACDC? All right, thank you. This is 26 CR 0000776C. Cedric Clark, charged at 2 counts of sexual battery. Are we going to be able to talk about this or do it last or stop the streaming?
We can do it in a quick breakout room, or I'm not sure what the court would prefer. Or do it last.
Okay, we'll come back to him.
Okay.
We can go with position 19, Mr. Yates.
Okay. This is 26 CR 0000791J. Ricky Yates, charged with 1 count of battery.
13. You got to open possession of cocaine with intent. It's 24 SC 001121. On probation, possession of a Schedule 1 or 2 2021 SC 177950. It has a probation hold. 2017 sale of marijuana, possession of cocaine, NOLO. 2019 battery, possession of cocaine with intent conviction. 2020 DUI conviction. Level 3. That's all.
Date.
Judge, on 9/25, 9/25 of 2025, the defendant knocked Denisha Towns down a flight of stairs. He kicked her, punched her in her chest and her face. She had a black eye, a broken lip, lacerations to her shoulder. The two of them had been in a prior relationship and had gone out that evening and then got in a fight. She called 911 that evening, and the officers observed all of those injuries. Based upon the nature of the assault, really the battery, and his history, state's going to recommend a $10,000 bond, no further contact with Denisha Towns. That's, I believe, Deneisha Towns, TOWNS, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right. And we're going to order the stay away as well.
Yeah, well, I think I said no further contact. Is that different from a stay away order, Judge? Sorry.
Sometimes we do both.
You both? Okay.
All right. Mr. Gaddis?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Yates is 60 years old. He has spent the last 10 years in Georgia. My understanding is that he moved here for work. He has expressed to me that he is involved in ownership for a radio station based out of Atlanta. They're currently in the process of negotiating the FCC licensing to be in place. He does have his GED. As you heard, he does currently have a probation hold, which, regardless of whatever bond he's given today, Your Honor, that will likely hold him still in custody. So I would just ask the court to consider the lowest possible bond, keeping in mind that probation hold is also going to present an obstacle for him getting out.
State, have you all spoken to the victim?
Let me take one moment, Judge. One minute, Judge. I can try.
Okay.
That's one of my investigators wants to say something. Hang on.
Okay.
Judge, I will say, hold on one moment. I'd say this, Judge, I can see that we clearly have, because this is somewhat recent, we have all of her contact information. But honestly, I don't know if we've had recent contact with her. Just frankly, I am new to these calendars, and I wouldn't even, I can locate where our notes are generally, but I don't know if there was specific contact in this specific case. I couldn't say.
Right. No, I was wondering, I do see we have the incident date is 9/25.
Right.
25.
Right. That's relatively new for me.
Just taking a moment to maybe have him arrested, maybe.
Yes, I think he was not there when the police arrived.
Correct. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and enter the $10,000 surety bond. And with that surety bond, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. No further contact with Denisha Towns. Stay away from her residence, her job, and anywhere that she may be. Need to be 200 yards away from her, 2 football fields away. Um, you should not contact her by any means, nor her family, friends, or relatives in order to contact her. And I think that'll be all for now.
Judge, you said 10,000.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, we got position number 7, Mr. Ingram.
This is 26 CR 0000780J, Jordan Ingram, charged with 2 counts of terroristic threats and acts.
5, 2023 suspended license. 2022 trespass no low battery was dismissed with that arrest. Level 1.
All right.
That's all.
Judge, on January 29th of this year, in the morning of January 29th, officers responded to 1200 Center Parkway in East Point regarding threats made by the defendant, Jordan Ingram. The victims, Edwards and Darrell Williams, reported that Ingram became angry after they told him he was no longer welcome on the property, and he threatened to kick their asses and shoot them if he saw them again. He made some further threats of doing serious bodily harm to them, causing them to fear for their safety. He also called and sent threatening messages to staff members after being told to leave or after leaving the property. And based upon the victim's statements, the corroborating evidence, and his threatening conduct, he's being charged with terroristic threats against Edwards and Williams. The recommendation is going to be $3,000 total bond, $1,500 per charge, as well as no further contact with the victims, Edwards and Williams, and stay away from 1200 Center Parkway in East Point.
All right. Jonas?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Ingram is 29 years old. As we heard from pretrial, I didn't hear any violent convictions. I know we had the early 2020s criminal trespass. Your Honor, he's a lifelong resident of the Atlanta area. I have good contact information. His entire family lives in the area, and he's currently living with mom, who will, continue supporting him upon his release. He studied at Atlanta Tech, where he studied industrial technical system controls. And right now, Judge, he is a self-employed electrician. He does also teach electricians on the side. Your Honor, we would just ask for a signature bond at this time. Mr. Ingram is clear, no further contact, and to not return to Lincoln Tech. But at this point in time, Judge, I'm not sure that he could afford, after speaking with him, any monetary bond. If the court is not inclined to grant a signature bond, we'd ask for the lowest amount possible.
All right. I'm going to give him a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial, and that'll be $2,500 on each. With that signature bond through pretrial, I'm going to have him to take 4 anger awareness courses through pretrial. And I'm sorry, he'll be at a level 1.
The only way we can take this to trial.
Mr. Ingram, stop talking. We'll discuss this in the future.
And no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. No further contact with the victims. I think there's 2 of them. And to stay away from that incident location, to be 200 yards away from each of those victims. That's it.
Next, we'll go with position number 9, Mr. King.
This is 26 CR 0000782C. Troy King, charged of 1 count of violating family violence protective order.
27.
27.
Correct. On probation, simple battery DV. It's 25 CR 007-288C. On probation for ag assault, cruelty in the third. It's 22 SC 182764. Level 2. That's all.
State.
Judge, on February 6, 2026, Mr. King went to his mom's house to retrieve some personal items. While his mother, Emma King, was present, Mr. King had previously been issued a family violence protective order in January of this year to stay away from that location, and he admitted being aware of it. She was placed in fear of her own safety, largely because 1, he was there, 2, he violated the protective order, and 3, she was aware certainly of his violent past. The state's going to recommend an $8,000 good bond. Do not return to 1643 Orlando Street, or stay away from 1643 Orlando Street Southwest in Atlanta, and no further contact with Emma King.
And you said that was his mother?
Yes.
All right. Did you get us?
Yes, good afternoon, Judge. Mr. King is 45 years old. He is a lifelong resident of Georgia. He has an extensive family network here. He's expressed to me that he is not currently working. He has submitted several applications for jobs, but unfortunately has just been struggling with the job market lately. It also sounds like he has difficulties with long-term housing. He expressed to me that him and a family member are moving back and forth between a few different shelters. Frankly, Judge, from what he's explained to me, it sounds like he does not have a lot in the way of financial resources. I would ask the court to consider the lowest possible bond. I think we're just asking for the lowest possible bond in this case, Judge.
All right. I'm going to order the $8,000 surety bond. With that surety bond, there's going to be a stay away from the 1643 Orlando Street and no further contact with Emma King. I don't know if he needs a one-time escort to that property to retrieve any personal belongings. He can do that.
That's what I had. Excuse me.
I would advise you not to speak at this time, Mr. King.
All right. He can hit a one-time escort, no further contact, and a stay away. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. That's it.
Excuse me, you'll tell me what my bond is again?
8,000 surety.
$8,000 surety bond.
Next we'll go on position number 5 in Davis.
This is 26 CR 0000778F, Agatha Davis, charged with 1 count of criminal trespass.
26. Got to open shoplifting. On probation out of the cab, giving false name, shoplifting. Also on probation out of the cab for porch piracy. Got a 2024 fake to appear. It's at level 4. That's it.
Judge, this occurred on, what is that? July 30th of 2025, at 868 Rock Street Northwest, Apartment 11 in Atlanta, Georgia. And around on that date, or at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, officers responded to 868 Rock Street Northwest regarding a trespass. The property, which is owned by Quest Village veterans, had been vacated when the prior tenant had been evicted. An eviction notice was posted, and there were signs posted saying that no one should, should basically go inside. No one was permitted inside due to the eviction. Smart locks were installed, the windows were boarded up, and Ms. Davis had entered the apartment without authorization through a damaged back door, despite the notices and the warnings, and based upon that, she was charged with criminal trespass. The state's recommendation is going to be a $1,200 signature bond, and stay away from that location, 686 Rock Street Apartments Northwest.
Thank you, Judge. And I don't think we would object to the state's recommendation for a signature bond. Your Honor, I'll note Miss Davis is 37 years old. As pretrial indicated, she is on probation in DeKalb County. My understanding is those are recent probation cases. She's actually been in DeKalb County custody for 144 days before being transferred to Fulton County. So we would ask for that signature bond. Your Honor, she's a lifelong resident of Georgia. Upon release, she'll be staying with her mother, who will continue to support her and help her get back onto her feet. She is clear. The address is good for mail, so they are clear that this doesn't resolve the case, that she does need to come back to resolve everything in Fulton County. So, Judge, we just ask you to give her that opportunity and let her get home.
All right, I will order the $1,200 signature bond. I know pretrial said a level 4, but she will probably be going back to the cab, or no?
So, Your Honor, she has no more holds. She would just report to DeKalb for probation, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not excited about her history, but if the state is willing to give her a signature bond, I will do the $1,200 signature bond, and I guess we'll put her back through pretrial at a level 4.
Thank you, Judge. And again, the extended time in DeKalb has allowed the family to put a game plan into place. So I'm anticipating Miss Davis being successful.
All right, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
Next, we have position number 11, Ms. McCann.
This is 26 CR 000784B. Nanita McCann, charged with 1 count of harassing communication, 2nd count of stalking.
15, 2023 ag stalking dismissed. 2019 theft by taking conviction. 2019 stalking dead docket. 2017 disorderly conduct conviction. I have no idea what this level is. Level 2, I guess. That's
Okay.
it.
Judge, thank you. On November 11th of 2025, the defendant had been attempting to communicate with Demetria Henderson, who is the ex-girlfriend of the defendant's boyfriend. She was reaching out through various phone numbers and social media, all after the victim, Ms. Henderson, had asked her to stop. The victim even has a photograph of the defendant driving by her mother's home, and that is in a location where the victim should have no reason to be by the defendant, or I should say where the defendant should have no reason to be by the victim's mother's home. And the defendant has taken out a protective order against, the victim has taken out a protective order against the defendant. And the defendant has also taken out multiple protective orders against the victim. All of those have been dismissed. So based upon that, we charged Ms. McCann with harassing communications and stalking. The state is going to recommend a $2,000 total bond. That's going to be $1,000 on each count. Stay away from 755 North Ave, Northeast in Atlanta, and stay away from and have no contact with Demetria Henderson.
All right. Did he get us?
Yes, Your Honor. So my client is 43 years old. She moved here when she was a teenager. It sounds like her father moved here for work. She is a certified ABA therapist, and she is currently in continuing schooling to receive a board certification to further her education. She's in school through Purdue Global Masters, I believe is what she told me. She's also a single parent. A friend of hers is currently watching the child while she's in custody. She's expressed she's very concerned to me about making sure she can get back and make sure her child is properly cared for. It also sounds like she was arrested while she was actually in court. So I have no concern that she'll continue to come back to court and attend future court dates. Judge, we would just ask the court to consider either a signature bond or failing that, the lowest possible bond.
All right, I'm going to, with the history that she has, I'm going to order surety bond. With that surety bond, yes, it'll be $2,000, $1,000 on the harassing communications, $1,000 on the stalking. No further contact with the victim. Stay away from the incident location. Be 200 yards away from the victim as well. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. That should be it.
Okay. Next, we have position number 16, Mr. Rels.
This is 26 CR 000-789Y, Alicia Sorrells, charged with 1 count of battery, family violence, 2nd count of cruelty to children, and the 3rd.
First level.
Okay.
Judge, thank you. On March 2nd of 2024, at 8949 Carroll Manor Drive in Sandy Springs, Ms. Sorrells got in a fight with her husband. She'd accused him of cheating. She punched him with her fists, leaving visible marks on his chest, scratches on his chest. She additionally put him in a headlock. The incident was actually captured by in-home video and witnessed by their child. State's recommendation is a $3,000 total bond. It's going to be $1,500 on each of the charges. No violent contact with Hamon or Jamon Sorrells, who is her husband.
This is from 2024.
It is, Judge.
All right, and I see Mr. Sorrells is on the line. Do you wish to answer a couple of questions for me, Mr. Sorrells?
Sure.
All right, raise your right hand first. Do you affirm that the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. Are you in fear of Miss Felicia Sorrells?
Not at all.
Do you want to have any further contact with her?
Yes.
Have you had contact with her since 2024?
Yes.
Okay. And I guess you all have children?
Yes, we do. 3
3 minor children?
adult children.
3 adult children.
Judge, if I may, going through my notes now and after hearing from Mr. Sorrells, the state has no objection to making that a signature bond.
All right. And I don't have any questions. Do you all have any questions of Mr. Sorrells?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. You can mute yourself, Mr. Sorrells, and continue to listen in. PD Geddes?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has expressed she's 49. She has lived in Georgia since 2008. It sounds like she and her husband both moved here for work. She says she's been an interior designer for the past 10 years. She does have a bachelor's degree. We would have no issue if the state is recommending a signature bond, Your Honor.
All right. I will order that $3,000 signature bond. I guess she has good enough contacts and she'll come back to court. I'm going to order that through the jail. But I'm going to ask her to take 4 anger awareness courses. She should be able to pay for those on her own. I'm going to also order no further violent contact with the victim, Mr. Sorrells, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And that should be it.
What's the breakdown on that?
1,500 on each. And that's it.
Next, we have position number, hold on. Your Honor, for some reason, we have an incomplete calendar. Can we,
Y'all get the add-on?
no,
No.
I sent it to you, Judge.
Oh, okay. Well, you can just say the name, or do you not? A pretrial.
Gilliam, is that on the calendar?
Let's see.
Yeah, number 3 on the add-on.
Oh, that's on the add-on.
Yes. I thought that was a waiver, but we can handle her.
All right, Miss Grace, you want to call that one for me?
Yes, ma'am. Shakira Gilliam, 26 Ciara 000794, charged with 1 count of simple assault, family violence.
13 total. When the felony for ag assault, I was told it was a $7,000 bond. 2022 shoplifting dismissed. 2012 probation on the 02 ag battery conviction. It's a level 3. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Judge, yeah, I'm sorry. If you give me one moment, I get these add-ons. I think I got this right at the moment of the calendar, so I have not had an opportunity to really look at it. Let me pull up the report.
Me neither. I didn't see it.
My computer is slow.
Yeah, I think the county is having an issue a little bit today.
Okay. Judge, it looks like in this case, Shakira Gillum on February 6th, 2026 at 792 Magnolia Way in Atlanta, Georgia. She pushed Tykira Gillum, who is her daughter, and placed her in reasonable apprehension of immediately receiving violent injury. It looks like they got in a fight after, I guess, her mother disconnected the lights in the residence, preventing her and her grandmother from turning them on or watching TV. And during the argument, Ms. Gilliam reportedly grabbed a knife and then a pair of scissors. Didn't actually swing them away from it anybody, but she picked them up and stated her mother well, actually, I take that back. Takira said her mother attempted to stab her with the scissors, resulting in a small cut on her thigh. And Shakira said that she'd repeatedly pulled Ms. Tykira's hair during the altercation. Okay, a lot of this was captured on video from a phone as it occurred. Let me just take a look.
Okay.
Okay. Judge, based on that, the state's going to recommend a $3,000 bond, no violent contact, with Tykira Gillum, Tykirra Gilliam, and no drugs or alcohol while on bond.
All right. How old is the daughter? Do we know if she's an adult daughter or minor?
She's 16 years old, Judge.
Okay.
And if I may speak further on Miss Gilliam, she is 43 years old. She is a lifelong resident of Atlanta. She does reside, she's a mother of um, a 3-year-old and a 16-year-old. She does reside at the incident location with her 16-year-old daughter, as well as her mother. Your Honor, my understanding is after speaking with Miss Gilliam, is that it's been a tumultuous time in the family. She's currently disabled and working on getting back on disability. The family unfortunately suffered a tremendous loss in recent history with her eldest son passing away while detained at Rice Street, which has further fractured the family. My understanding is there have been issues with the 16-year-old, and I will note that Miss Gilliam did provide her statement where she did have a different, I guess, point of view on what happened. Ms. Gilliam wants to continue supporting her. She wants no further violent contact, and it sounds like that's acceptable. My understanding is the daughter is currently in a juvenile detention facility related to this incident. I don't see that in the warrant, but that's what Ms. Gilliam has provided me with. And she is hopeful that once she resolves this issue, that she can pick up her daughter and get back on track. And I've let her know that I'll reach out to a social worker and provide whatever resources we can to assist her, especially try to ease any financial strains that are having on this family. If we can try to get her on any programs or vouchers.
Okay. All right. I will order the $3,000 surety bond. And with that surety bond, I'm going to order no further violent contact with the daughter. If they can live in peace at home together, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
I take all medicine over the counter and I have my marijuana card. But I take
Can we
oxycodone.
mute courtroom two? Miss Gilliam, I'm happy to, I'm going to encourage you not to speak any further. We can speak on the phone after court.
But them stipulations, no drugs, them is mandatory for me. Like
No, it's no unprescribed medication.
okay, all mine prescribed.
Good. All
Thank
right.
you, Jeff, for clarifying.
Thank you.
You're good. You're good. Next, we have position number 4, Ms. Holmes.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Was that position 4?
4 on the regular calendar.
Thank
Combs.
you. Yep. Thank you.
26 CR 000777C. Michonne Combs charged with 1 count of willful obstruction, 2nd count of disorderly conduct.
13, 2025, failure to appear. 21, probation, 2017, cruelty in the 1st conviction. 2016, battery DV, cruelty in the 3rd conviction. 2014, ag assault conviction. 2011, battery conviction. 2011, ag assault, possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission conviction. I think I saw 2 bench warrants. This was level 3. That's all.
Judge, on February 6th of this year at 490 Fairburn Road, Southwest in Atlanta, Officer Kaiser responded to a disturbance at a gas station, that location. The store clerk reported that a female, later identified as Ms. Combs, was outside of the location, basically causing a disturbance, acting in an angry fashion, and basically refusing to identify herself or leave. When Officer Kaiser attempted to make contact and ordered Ms. Combs to stop, she took off on foot, ignored commands to stop, and ultimately was apprehended, detained, and charged with disorderly conduct and obstructing an officer. The state's going to recommend a $2,000 bond, $1,000 on each charge, as well as a stay away from the 490 Fairburn Road, southwest in Atlanta.
All right. PD Dotus.
Ms. Combs is 32 years old. She does have stable housing. She's a lifelong resident of Atlanta. Your Honor, I would just ask for the lowest amount of monetary bond possible. I'll note, and pretrial may have mentioned this, she does have two felony FTAs that will continue holding her that I discussed with Ms. Combs. So we're hoping that once we get those set aside, she won't have too much of an issue resolving these.
All right. I'm going to order the $2,000 surety bond, 1,000 on each of the charges. Stay away from the incident location. What about contact? Did we say?
I don't think, yeah.
Sorry. And state has another recommendation other than stay away from that location.
Okay. All right. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. That's it. Who do we have?
I'm sorry, add-on number 1, Mr. Brady.
This is 26 CR 0000797Y. Tavares Brady, charge of 1 count of simple battery.
And Your Honor, if I may, I'm not sure if Attorney Geddes knows. Mr. Brady was not on our pull sheet, so I'm not sure if anyone's spoken with Mr. Brady, unless Mr. Geddes can.
I have not spoken with Mr. Brady, no.
All right. Which one of you all wants to interview him?
I'm happy to. I think Mr. Geddes has a couple people in the courtroom. If I can have a breakout room, another courtroom, or on the phone.
Okay.
That would work fine.
I'll give you a call. Who's that? Who does he belong? I'm sorry, not to say who does he belong to, but who represents him? I'm sorry.
PD Dotus.
Okay, so I'll do some of Getty's, and so while you interview him.
Thank you.
State, do you have the history? Because I don't. I will have to go and pull it.
I might. Hang on, give me one moment here.
We could do add-on number 6, Mr. Williams. Is Williams here? Come on.
Okay.
I've got a criminal history on that case, yeah.
Right,
Mr.
this
Brady.
is
Oh, we're going into 6.
CR 00787B, Corey Williams, charged with 1 count of simple battery against a person who's 65 years or older or is pregnant, and simple battery family violence.
This add on 6.
Yes, Corey Williams.
Yeah, 10 total. 2024 fade to appear. 2024 trespass. 23 fade to appear.
Yeah.
23 probation. 2021 battery arrest. 2016 robbery by force, ag assault, first offender. This was level 1. That's it.
Okay.
Judge, on February 5th of this year, just a couple days ago, at Florence Bankston, it's 5144 High Point Road in Union City. Mr. Williams allegedly got in a physical dispute with his mother, Martha Williams, and grandmother, Florence Bankston. Sorry, that was the name I mentioned earlier. During that incident, the defendant reportedly pushed both women, forcibly attempted to operate a vehicle while he was restraining his mom, and damaged or took several of their iPhones, iPads, that kind of thing. Witnesses corroborated that he had pushed them both, attempted to start a vehicle while his mom tried to stop him. And later he returned to the residence after they called 911, and that's when he was taken into custody. Based upon the victims and witnesses' statements, the observed actions, the property damage that existed, he was charged with family violence. Family violence. I want to say battery, simple battery. The state's going to recommend a $4,000 surety bond, no further violent contact with Martha Williams and Florence Bankston. And Judge, I actually was able to locate the part where I have notes on these cases, so I just want to confirm whether he still stays with them or not. Yeah, we want to stay away from that location as well.
Okay. Good. PD Geddes?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client's 26 years old. He has lived his entire life in Georgia. He is currently unemployed. He has had difficulty finding a job long term. He does have his GED. He did want me to emphasize that he has limited history. The one felony that pretrial mentioned, he was able to use his first offender treatment on. He did also want me to express that he does currently live at that address, and if the court requires him to stay somewhere else, he does not currently have an address lined up. And so obviously that would present significant difficulties for him. So we would just ask the court to institute the lowest possible bond in this case.
All right, I'm going to order the $4,000 surety bond. That will be $2,000 on each of the charges. I'm going to order that he stay away from that location for right now while he's on bond. This just happened, so I don't know if there's been the ample cooling down period. He's to have no further contact right now with these two ladies, the mother and the grandmother. I want to make sure again that there's been a cooling down, so no further contact, stay away, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. That should be it.
What was that bond?
4,000, 2,000 each, surety, 2,000 each.
Next, we have add-on number 4, Mr. Green.
Okay.
That
This
may be
is-
Mr. Dotis's.
Oh, is that his?
No, I'm sorry, that is Mr. Dotis. What about Phipps? Is that third Getty?
Mr. Phipps is my client. Yes, sir.
Good. Come on, Phipps. That's add-on number 5.
Okay. 26 CR 0007968, David Phipps, charge of 1 count of disorderly conduct.
40. I got to open disorderly conduct out of Hall County. Open disorderly out of Pickens County. We got to open assault out of Missouri. On probation in Iowa for a CWAC related charge. On probation out of Bartow County, simple battery, 2 counts of obstruction. 2019 disorderly conduct arrest. I got 2 FTAs from 2018. 2017 criminal mischief conviction. 2017 interference with public transportation conviction. 2017 false information to police conviction. 2016 trespass burglary conviction. Level 3. That's it.
Yes, Judge, thank you. I have this occurred on February 4th of this year at 11/5/25 Haynes Bridge Road up in Alpharetta. The defendant basically was just acting violently and ended up sort of assaulting a vehicle with people in it, right? He hit the vehicle with his body. And that's the basis of this charge. The state's going to recommend a $1,000 bond, but the defendant can sign his own bond.
Okay. All right. PD Geddes?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client's 34 years old. He has lived in Georgia for a year and some change at this point. He's expressed to me he is gainfully employed with an asphalt work company, although it sounds like work has been somewhat inconsistent with that. So I believe he does have some financial difficulties in play. He does have a GED. Your Honor, we would just ask you to consider either a UJR or the lowest possible bond.
Can I say
I would
something?
not advise you to speak, Mr. Phipps.
Well, I have
All right. Their state's recommending a $1,000 signature bond through the jail or through pretrial. I don't know. I guess he has other. Well, I don't know. Does he have any holds or he just has open cases? I was thinking he was going to another county. I think he has other open cases. I don't know if I'm going to trust him to come back.
We got open cases. So,
Mhm.
Missouri, probation out of Iowa, Bartow County.
And I think you said one in Hall and Pickens. Then I really don't think he qualifies for signature, even though I know the charge may be disorderly. He said others. I'm going to give him a $1,000 surety bond. And with the 1,000 surety bond, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I guess just stay away from the incident location.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Didn't hear any. I don't think your attorney's gonna want you to.
I would again advise you not to speak, Mr. Phipps.
I haven't even started working. I have no money to pay for that. It's been really hard to find work. I've been trying to take care of all my other fines. I've been doing a heavy amount of work reporting for years. I busted my hand and wrist. I didn't even get to even start. By the time my hand and wrist healed, it was ice storms. So my boss hasn't even gotten back to me to give me any work. And I'm still struggling to find work.
But you have 40 cycles. And 40 cycles is a lot. Open cases and
A lot of it,
FPAs.
I didn't have a good attorney to prove my innocence. I'm still trying to.
But this is not a trial. This is still a bond hearing to see if you're a good candidate to be on bond. It sounds like you're not. You got probation violations and FTA. So that sounds like you're not a good candidate to be on bond.
Well, I was set up falsely accused in Bartow because of my health issues. I took the plea.
I don't want you to talk about the facts of your cases. This is not a trial. But being on probation and not reporting or having violations means you don't follow rules when you're on probation or if you're on bond. And that's the things that I look at.
But they set up
And
falsely accused me for Bartow, so I'm never to get back to Iowa to pay off fines.
Mr. Phipps, you're not going to talk yourself out of this today. I would not advise you to keep speaking.
Is there any way I can get your signature bond, please? I will show up. I will pay you one as soon as I have the money. Please, please, please give me one
I'm
chance.
going to give you a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. And pretrial level 3 requires what?
He has a report once a week.
Once a week. When you don't, they'll surrender your bond, come get you. 5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
That's a $1,000 signature bond level 3, Judge?
So where do I work?
No, it's a $5,000 signature bond. 5. So that if they surrender it, it'll be 10. It'll double. So I'm going to give him a chance and put him on level 3, which is reporting every week.
I have to.
Does he live in Georgia?
He
You
has
live in-
expressed to me he has lived in Georgia for roughly the past year, Your Honor.
Yeah, report every week. He has to report in person pre-trial.
Yes.
That's the only way I'll do it because I'm really not excited about giving you a signature bond. I'm gonna make you report every week on it. Keep up with you. And if you get picked up somewhere else or you're not able to report, you need to let them know. They'll figure it out when you don't report. So you gonna take that or you want a surety bond? Because I normally don't negotiate with defendants.
I'll take the signature bond.
Okay, signature bond 5,000, signature bond through pretrial level 3. All right, thank you.
Judge, any conditions?
Yes, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And was there a stay away?
Judge, you had mentioned to stay away from that location, which I believe was,
Right.
yeah. Trying to find it, but now I've moved on.
You have the location, Ms. Grace?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, who do we have?
Got to add on one, Judge, Mr. Brady.
Oh, okay. This is 26 CR 0007971 Tavares Brady, 1 count of simple battery.
State said they had a history.
Oh, sorry. All right, hang on. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to
Okay.
do multiple things here. All right here. Hold on. Wow. All right, Judge, I gotta check 2 places. I checked one and he's got it.
No worries.
Okay, well, it looks like 11 cycles. Let me see what's any convictions. Got a probation violation out of Cobb County from a first offender. That was on an obstruction charge. Another well, no, it was a minute to nothing. Sorry, Judge. Looks like he has an obstruction charge out of Fulton County in 2019. Wow. Criminal trespass out of Cobb County. Sorry, Judge. He's got I'm not great at reading these, and he's got one of the best worst criminal histories I've ever seen. He's got a lot of arrests and a lot of it looks like he's got a couple of first offenders on here that he's didn't quite finish, and some that he did, more than one, remarkably. But no, say this, no prior, I think he's charged with simple battery, no prior simple batteries. So
Okay.
he's not a great candidate for, okay. Anyway, Judge, this occurred back on 7/23 of 2025 at 2665 Point Street in East Point. Officers were investigating an assault, that alleged assault outside of that location. Frenchie Green reported that Tavares Brady approached her and suggested that they engage in slap boxing. She said no, and Mr. Brady struck her multiple times about the face and the head. Ms. Green reported soreness following the incident, but she declined medical treatment. There was an independent witness who saw Mr. Brady essentially walk up to her and start hitting her. State's going to recommend a $1,500 surety bond based upon the criminal history and no further contact with Frenchie Green, FRENCHIEGREEN.
All right. PD Dotis.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Brady is 37 years old. He is a lifelong resident of Atlanta. He does have stable housing where he'll be residing with his aunt. He is a father of a 10-year-old that he financially provides for. He is currently struggling with employment. After an extended job searching, he was recently excited to share that he became a certified auto technician. So hopefully that will expand his horizons with finding employment. Your Honor, I'll note that this case was from July of last year. And speaking with Mr. Brady, he was unaware of this case, and my understanding is that he did have an off and on relationship with Miss Green following this. He's fine with no further contact moving forward, but he, does refute some of the allegations within these accusations. We would just ask for a signature bond at this point in time, Your Honor, so that he can, as he likely won't be able to afford any monetary bond with any conditions the court deems necessary. I will also note, Judge, that the incident location, I don't believe he has any reason to return there. He lives at a separate location, so I don't foresee him having any issue with the stay away.
Okay. I'm going to order $1,500 surety bond. With that surety bond, I'm going to order no further contact with the victim, Ms. Frenchie Green. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. That's it.
Thank you, Judge.
I got add-on 4, Mr. Green.
$26 CR 0000795C, Paul Green, charged with 1 count of battery family violence.
7. This last was 06 child support, level 1. That's all.
All right.
Judge, on January 28th of this year, Isabel Clario reported to 911 that she had been assaulted by her then boyfriend at her residence in Atlanta. Responding officers came to the scene, documented her injuries. The defendant was not there at that time. Ms. Clario stated that her boyfriend, Paul Green, became upset, pulled her off her bed, punched her, dragged her outside, and then locked her out of the home. She had visible bruising, reported some soreness, and later identified Mr. Green as the individual who assaulted her. State's going to recommend a $2,500 surety bond. Just want to check my notes on this for one moment, Judge. And then no further violent contact with the victim in this case, Isabel Clario.
Okay. Dotis.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Green is 60 years old. My understanding is his last cycle was in 2006, so almost 20 years ago. He's a lifelong resident of the Atlanta area. He has 2 grown children. He attended trade school and is currently an assistant plumber with Bates Mechanical. And his boss is Matt Bates, who is aware of the situation and doing his best to support him because his job is in danger should he remain in custody. Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond with any conditions the court deems necessary. My understanding is, I guess we're fine with no further violent contact. I was planning on noting, Judge, that the incident location is Mr. Green's address. My apologies, Miss Clario does not reside at that location. My understanding is that relationship is not ongoing, so she has no reason to come back. Should Your Honor entertain a stay away, we would, of course, ask, if you have any concerns, we would ask for a one-time police escort to make sure that she does not reside at that location, so it's safe for him to continue living there. Since his name is on the lease, he doesn't live there. But again, it sounds like no further violent contact, so I don't think that's necessary. And again, after speaking with him, we do have some concerns with what was said in the warrant, but of course, today's not the time to discuss that. We'll discuss that moving forward.
Okay. I will order the $2,500 signature bond. Through pretrial, level 1, 2 anger awareness courses through pretrial. No further contact with the victim. And I guess he can take that one-time police escort back to the location to make sure that she doesn't live there and has moved out. Then he can stay there.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
Position 3 on the regular calendar, Mr. Clark.
And I don't, Your Honor, this is the one we wanted to,
You're supposed to take him last
once the room is cleared.
once the room is clear.
We can do Mr. Duncan, add on 2. He was a waiver.
All right. This is 26 CR 000793F James Duncan. Charge at 1 count of willful obstruction, 1 count of disorderly, and 1 count of theft by shoplifting.
68. He was arrested last year for shoplifting. I got 2 2024 possession of drug-related objects conviction. 2023 failure to appear. 23 simple battery conviction. 21 failure to appear. 2020 trespass no low. This was level 3. That's all.
All right.
Judge, it's alleged that on February 6th of this year, Officer McCullough was flagged down by a security officer at Peachtree Center Mall. That's at 235 Peachtree Street in Atlanta. He reported that the defendant concealed a container of Tostitos cheese dip after leaving a CVS and became verbally aggressive. When the officer attempted to detain him, Mr. Duncan fled. He was apprehended shortly thereafter, and a search revealed the unopened merchandise in his waistband. CVS is asking the matter be prosecuted, and Mr. Duncan was arrested at that time, charged with obstruction, disorderly conduct, and theft by shoplifting. The state's going to recommend $500 in each charge for a total of $1,500 good bond, and stay away from that location at 235 Peachtree Street in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. Mr. Dotis.
Mr. Duncan is 53 years old, Judge. He does have the support of an aunt in the area, and he is staying at a boarding house on Boulevard, which is a good address for him to receive his mail. He is struggling with work. He usually does landscaping part-time, but especially with the weather lately, that's mostly dried up. That was with right hand landscapes, excuse me. I let him know that if based on what he's telling me with his financial struggles, I'd try to connect him with a social worker to see what our office can do to hopefully get him on some steady ground, because he's doing all he can and still, barely staying afloat. He cannot afford any monetary bond, and these are his only holds. So, Judge, I would ask for a signature bond, or the lowest amount of monetary bond possible.
Um, 68 cycles in his history. I'm going to go with the 1,500 surety, 500 on each. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And to stay away from the incident location. And of course, the social worker visit.
Understood. Thank you, Judge. What is the SAP date so I can make sure I include that in the email?
Oh, that's February 19th.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, that's it for the add-on. Let's see, what else do we have on the regular calendar? Besides Mr. Clark's is last.
We got position 6 on the regular calendar. Oh,
Okay. 26 CR 0000779D, William, is it Didier or?
Didier, if I believe
Didier.
yeah.
It's fifth arrest, 2024 hit and run was the last out of Cobb County. 2019 DUI conviction, 2017 possession of marijuana conviction. This is level 1. That's all.
He's a waiver?
Yes, Judge, he did waive his presence. I did speak with him this morning, though.
Okay.
So, Judge, this happened on February 6th, 2026 at Medlock Bridge Road and Skyway Drive in Johns Creek. Around, looks like 11 o'clock in the morning, officers responded to a crash at Medlock Bridge Road in Johns Creek involving a white Toyota Tacoma driven by Mr. Didier. The vehicle rear-ended a white Mercedes multiple times after driving erratically on the shoulder of the road. Upon contact, the defendant exhibited slurred speech, delayed responses, unsteady movements, and smelled a strong odor of alcohol. Witnesses reported that the Tacoma was driving erratically prior to the collision. The defendant could not locate his driver's license, appeared to be disoriented, showing signs consistent with impairment. Based upon those observations and the witness statements, he was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol less safe. Let's see, possession of an open container. They found, I believe, alcohol in the car, or a container in the car. Willful obstruction. Basically, the defendant was trying to urinate. The officer said, no, he can't pee. And the defendant squared up with the officer, raised his fists, and acted like he was going to fight him. At that point, the officer sort of took him down and placed him in handcuffs and following too closely for striking the vehicle, as well as a per se charge. The state is going to recommend a total bond of $8,000, $2,500 on the DUI, $1,000 on the open container, $1,500 on the obstruction, $500 on the following too closely, and another $2,500 on the DUI per se.
Give me that breakdown one more time.
Certainly, Judge. $2,500 on the driving under the influence less safe, $1,000 on the open container, $1,500 on the obstruction, $500 on the following too closely, and $2,500 on the per se.
Okay.
I think that adds up to 8,000 total.
All right. Mr. Dotis.
Thank you, Judge. My client is 27 years old. He is a lifelong resident of the Powder Springs area. He is supported in the community with his grandma as well as his mother. He's a father of one 3-year-old that he financially provides for. He did graduate from Hillgrove High School, and he's currently a carpenter with wildlife exclusion, which assists with getting out and sealing any issues in attics where squirrels or small rodents get in, which was interesting to learn about. Your Honor, in speaking with him, he was taken to, I believe, Emory following this incident. And my understanding is there was a health-related diagnosis that he's going to share more information, which led to the crash. I would also note that there was a car accident, and I think a lot of the erratic behavior that's alleged in the warrant could also point to a head injury, which he is still suffering from that head injury since this was yesterday, which is why he requested that I waive his presence so he could continue receiving care. Your Honor, we went over what his bond was before this was formally accused. I will note, and I would note that it was a total of a $3,000 surety bond at that time, and he informed me that he did not think he could afford that. He was going to reach out to family, but that would be a high ask. Your Honor, I would ask, it looks like the possession of an open alcohol container was a UJR. I'd ask that to remain a UJR. The driving following too closely was also a UJR. I'd ask that to remain a UJR. For the other 3 charges, I understand the court's position. I would ask for the lowest amount of monetary bond. Again, he's working with the amount of a $3,000 surety bond at this time. So I'd ask if it could remain at most $1,000 surety on each count so that his family can continue working towards that goal.
All right, so he has a preset bond of 3,000, or preset split bond.
Yes, Judge. I'm just going by Odyssey. I know there was the per se charge added.
Well, the factual allegations bother me a little bit because we don't want him to kill anyone or kill himself, I guess, with this DUIs, and he's got priors. With the $3,000 split bond, I would order on the DUI less safe, 2,500, and the DUI per se. So I would do each of those at 1,500. So that would be the 3,000 surety on the DUI less safe and the DUI per se. So that's 1,500 each, which would be 3,000. And then the other charges can be signature bonds through the jail, which would be the obstruction for 500, following too close for 500, and the open container for 1,000. So that's 2,000 SOB jail, and then 3,000 surety or split. You have that, Ms. Grace?
Yes.
No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I'm going to order him to go to AA classes at least 4 times a week. No driving unless he has the proper credentials. And I guess that's it.
Thank you, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
We go to position 8, Mr. Jones. He's a waiver.
Okay. 26 CR 000781B Frank Jones 1 count of simple battery against a police officer.
52, 2020 possession of drug-related objects. 2020 PI, simple battery against police conviction. 2013 obstruction conviction. 2011 trespass obstruction conviction. Level 3. That's all.
Hmm.
Judge, back on December 26th of last year. Actually, I take that back. I apologize, Judge. It looks like February 2nd of this year.
Mhm.
Got some conflicting information. While patrolling near the Garnett MARTA station, an officer encountered the defendant lying outside the station, appearing to be impaired. He was advised that he could not board the train in this condition, and the defendant said, "I want to go to jail." While they were talking, Jones intentionally spat upon the officer, making contact with her arm and her face. And it's alleged that he knew he was an HIV carrier, that he said that, and he smiled afterwards. He was taken into custody, arrested, and charged with simple battery against a police officer. State's going to recommend a $2,000 surety bond, stay away from the Garnett MARTA station.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
Judge, and I did speak with Mr. Jones. He did ask me to waive his presence this morning. He is 63 years old. He is struggling with being residentially challenged. He was able to recently get himself on SSI, but he did express that he wants and needs help. And it sounds like he has everything he needs together, but he needs assistance with what to do with it all to get into a program. So I'll of course make a referral to a social worker. Again, Your Honor, he cannot afford any monetary bonds, so I just ask for the lowest amount that the court would deem appropriate, and we'll have someone to see him before the next calendar.
All right, I'm going to order the $2,000 surety bond. Stay away from the Garnett Street MARTA station. No further contact with this officer. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
You can do position 12, Mr. Miller. He's a waiver.
26 CR 0000739Y, Lemian Miller, charged with 2 counts of willful obstruction, fare evasion, and possession and use of drug-related objects.
70.
70.
Correct. 2025 trespass shoplifting. I got 3 FTAs from last year. 2025 shoplifting NOLO. 2024 trespass shoplifting conviction. FTAs from 24 and 23. This was level 2. That's all.
Judge, I apologize. What position was this on the calendar? My bad.
12
Oh,
Miller.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Just want to make sure I had all the charges correct. All right. In this case, it's this happened on February 4th of this year, roughly 9 o'clock in the morning. Officers were patrolling the Arts Center MARTA station, and they observed the defendant basically evade the fare, toll skipped, and he entered through the emergency gate. When he was approached, he did not provide identification. He said that he would be held until they could verify his identification. He immediately became angry, started yelling profanities, and attempted to flee by pushing past the officers and pulling away when trying to be handcuffed. After being detained, they found a glass-like object typically used to smoke crack cocaine on his person. I want to say he has a $2,500 bond, surety bond. The state's going to recommend $2,000 bond. I think that's going to be $500 on each charge.
All right. Mr. Gaddis.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client's 48 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Atlanta. He has expressed to me that he has technical HVAC training, but he is not currently employed. He has had difficulty finding stable employment. He has a fairly extensive family network within Atlanta. Your Honor, as I expressed, he does not currently have employment, and so he has expressed to me that he has a very difficult financial situation. We would just ask the court to consider the lowest possible bond given the circumstances.
All right, we can, I will enter the $2,000 surety bond, which is 500 on each. Put that 2,000 surety bond, no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I guess stay away from Marta while on bond. Anything else? I think that's it to order for now.
Position 13, Mr. Rainfield, he's a waiver.
26 CR 0000785J Eddie Ringfield, 1 count terroristic threat, 2nd count simple battery, family violence.
16. You got to open ag assault. Possession of a firearm or knife during the commission. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon. Reckless conduct. Theft of lost mislaid property. It's 25 SC 007009. 2012 probation. 2012 possession of cocaine conviction. It's at level 3. That's all.
Okay.
Sure. Judge, excuse me.
Mhm.
Thank you. Basically this happened. Oh, sorry, Judge, I don't have the data in front of me. But basically the defendant grabbed his then girlfriend, April Jones, grabbed her by the hair and said, "I'm going to bust you up." They lived together in a house, and he sort of blocked her into the room that they were staying in, wouldn't let her leave. This was actually witnessed by a third party who initially she yelled, "Call the police." That individual lived in another room in the house. They were going to call the police, and she said, "Just wait. Well, wait. And so that person ended up videoing the incident. So this was captured on video. The officers had been there earlier in the day, and it appeared that the defendant had been drinking at that time. At the time, they also had been together for almost 10 years. So the state's recommendation for bond is going to be a $2,000 total bond, $1,000 on each count, no violent contact with April Jones, and no alcohol or drugs while on bond.
Geddes.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ringfield is a lifelong resident of Georgia. He's expressed his whole extended family network resides within Georgia. He is not currently employed. He has expressed to me that he's actually on disability. It sounds like at the previous job he was working at, there was some kind of mechanical accident where he actually lost his leg and is on a prosthetic since then. So he is unable to maintain most working positions. He requires assistance from family members and friends to get around the house and go through day-to-day tasks. Your Honor, based off of all of that, his finances are obviously going to be very tight. We would just ask the court to consider the lowest possible bond or even a UJR, taking its circumstances into account.
All right. I will go with the $2,000 surety bond, 1,000 on each. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. No further contact with April Jones. And stay away from where she resides or lives or works. And I think that's it.
Your Honor, I thought the state said no further violent contact. Was I mistaken?
Oh, did you?
I did say violent contact, Judge, yes.
No further violent contact. Okay. And that's it.
So does the
Hmm.
take the stairway away?
Right. No stay away.
Position 15, Mr. Shabazz. Is the waiver.
All right. This is 26 CR 0000790A, charging 1 count of theft by taking.
14. Got an open giving false name out of Lawrenceville. Open simple battery, riot in penal institution, reckless conduct, disorderly conduct out of Fulton. Open case for shoplifting out of Chambly. On probation for burglary in Fulton. It's 23 SC 188184. On probation for criminal attempt to commit murder, 15 SC 135933. Probation holds several current CWAC charges. I got FTAs from 25, 24, 23, and 22. That's all.
Was he just indicted today for a serious, you said crimes against women and children, CWAC charge? I think that happened today. I think he's got a pending rape charge. Regardless, in this case, Judge, defendant, basically, he stole an electric scooter of individual Raymond Fornoy. And that's the basis of theft by taking. He has I believe he has a $3,000 bond now. The state's going to recommend that he remain on the $3,000 bond, given his present charges, his other charges in Superior Court. I don't know that he's going to bond out, but the state would want a $3,000 bond on this charge, as well as no further contact with Raymond Fornoy, RAAMONDFORNEY.
All right. PV Gaddis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Shabazz is 31. He has spent his life, or sorry, he's been in Georgia since 2013, so 13 years and some change at this point. He is not currently employed, but he does have a GED. As Your Honor heard, he does have felony charges upstairs, as well as several probation holds that would prevent him from getting out of custody. I would ask the court to consider a UJR just so that if he does receive some kind of bond on the felony charges, this is not preventing his release.
Do you have any objection to that state?
Judge, I'm recommending a $3,000 good bond. He's got a bad record and bad pending charges. So.
All right. I will go with the 3,000 surety bond. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns. While on bond, no further contact with Raymond. Is it Flournoy?
Fornoy, yes,
Fornoy.
FORNOY. Yep.
I guess that's it for now.
Thank you, Judge.
You got position 18, Mr. Witchett. He's a waiver.
(26 CR 0000792D), Zachary Witchett, charged at 1 count of simple battery.
12. You got to open battery DV 3 counts. Cruelty in the third. It's 19 CR 004772G. On probation for cruelty in the first and third. 24 SC 002241. 2025 battery was NOD. 23 trespass conviction. 2022 a battery DV arrest. 2018 robbery, ag assault, possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission, first offender. This is level 3. That's all.
Judge, the defendant got in an argument with Earl Davidson, and the defendant slapped him across the face. They got in an argument over some money that was sent from Mr. Witchett to Mr. Davidson, allegedly. But Mr. Davidson didn't have a signal on his phone, so he couldn't confirm getting the money. And when defendant heard that, he got angry and he hit him. The defendant, when the officers arrived, admitted to doing that and said that the victim had a bad attitude and he did not regret doing what he did. This happened on February 5th. at 2048 Stanton Road in East Point. The state's going to recommend a $2,000 bond. The defendant stay away from 2048 Stanton Road in East Point and have no further contact with Earl Davidson.
All right, so Jonas. I'm sorry, Geddes.
That's all right. Thank you, Your Honor. So Mr. Witchett is a lifelong resident of Georgia. My understanding is that he has 2 years of college through Hines Community College. He is not currently employed. He gains his income through various odd jobs at the apartment complex that he lives at. He has very limited funds and assets, and it sounds like he was cooperative with police based off of what I've heard. We would just ask the court to consider either a signature bond or the lowest possible bond given the circumstances.
All right, I'll go with the $2,000 surety bond. And with that 2,000 surety bond, no further contact with the victim. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I don't think we said anything about a stay away, right?
I did, Judge. Stay away from location, the 2448 or 2048 Stanton Road. East Point.
Okay. And then stay away from that location.
All right, I have a Mr. Jimmy Russell. He was on our pull sheet, but he wasn't on the calendar.
It was NOD
Okay.
from the email I received this morning from ASG Russell. Just we do number 10 before I got on.
Oh, no, I think
Okay,
that's
I'll
the
just
only
make
one.
sure.
We have left 10 and
I think 8.
10 and 8. No. 3. The one
3.
we said
Okay.
last. Deputy, what about OJ Lightborn? Did he bond out or something? Or is he a waiver?
He bonded out. Lighthorn bonded out.
Oh, he bonded out. Okay.
We can go to position 3 now. Courtroom clear.
Got it.
And Your Honor, I would request if we could pause or end the.
Oh, yeah. Stop the